How to provide first aid to a dog poisoned by bait in 10 minutes. First aid for a dog poisoned by bait is a very important skill that I think anyone who owns a pet needs to know in order to handle unexpected situations promptly. In this video, I will guide you through an effective procedure so you can intervene quickly at home. Now let's learn how to provide first aid to a dog poisoned by bait. Before providing first aid, we need to know the signs of a dog being poisoned. These signs include the dog suddenly vomiting, drooling excessively, convulsing, losing balance, staggering, falling, and in some cases even falling into a coma. This is different from other types of diarrhea or vomiting because those diseases develop slowly. The dog might be sick on the first day and then start vomiting and diarrhea on the second. Poisoning, however, happens extremely quickly. The important thing is to stay calm. Panicking will only slow down the process. Then, call someone nearby for help because the following steps require assistance in restraining the dog. It's very difficult to do it alone. You need to quickly determine what the dog has ingested. If you see poison or any strange object nearby, it's best to keep the label or contact a veterinarian to determine its composition. In some cases, if the owner accidentally poisons a rat and the dog or cat in the house eats it, or if the dog eats a dead rat, we must keep the packaging of the poison to give to the veterinarian. What if you don't know what poison your dog has ingested? You must perform first aid at home following a general two-step principle. First, remove the poison from the body, and second, prevent the poison from being absorbed. If the poison hasn't caused severe symptoms like convulsions, unconsciousness, or difficulty breathing, induce vomiting immediately to remove the toxin from the stomach. Don't be inflexible. Don't just induce vomiting whenever you see poison, because there are cases where you absolutely shouldn't. If the dog has already vomited, don't induce vomiting again, otherwise it will worsen the vomiting. Secondly, if you see that the dog is having difficulty breathing or is unconscious, unresponsive to calls, and its eyes are rolling back, you shouldn't induce vomiting. Trying to induce vomiting could very likely kill the dog due to fluid entering the trachea. You should only induce vomiting when the dog is conscious and not having difficulty breathing. As for how to induce vomiting, you should give the dog 3% hydrogen peroxide, which you can buy at any pharmacy. This step is the most important because if you successfully induce vomiting, you've already succeeded in 70% of the emergency. If you use hydrogen peroxide, use a dose of 1 teaspoon for a 5-kilogram dog. If your dog weighs 10 kilograms, use 2 teaspoons. You can use a syringe to inject it into the corner of its mouth for easier administration. After giving it the medicine, gently walk it around or lift it up. Don't let it lie down, as this will help it vomit more easily. If it doesn't vomit within 5 to 10 minutes, give it another dose, up to 3 times. If the dog still doesn't vomit after 3 attempts, you must take it to the veterinarian. You can't try to induce vomiting at home anymore. But are there any toxic substances that we absolutely shouldn't use to induce vomiting? Yes, there are. These include chemicals like acids or everyday cleaning products like toilet bowl cleaner, floor cleaner, dish soap, or engine oil. These chemicals are very corrosive to the stomach and esophagus lining. Inducing vomiting with them will definitely cause more severe damage to the stomach and esophagus. Instead of inducing vomiting with these chemicals, you should give your dog plenty of clean water to dilute the substance in its digestive tract and minimize damage. Then give it a packet of sucralfate to coat its stomach, and that's it. No need to induce vomiting like if it ingested poison bait. Then, step number 2, after we've successfully induced vomiting, or if the dog can't vomit, for example, if it's in a coma and we can't induce vomiting, we go straight to this step. That is, we have to absorb the toxins in its digestive tract. meaning any remaining toxins after vomiting must be absorbed to prevent them from entering the bloodstream. You can use activated charcoal because it can bind to toxins in the digestive tract and prevent them from being absorbed into the bloodstream. The dosage of activated charcoal is 1 5-gram tablet for a 5-kilogram dog. Activated charcoal is the best option in this case. However, what if you don't have activated charcoal readily available? There's an alternative solution, but it's not as effective. Therefore, I recommend that everyone always keep activated charcoal handy. It can be given to dogs in case of poisoning. If you don't have activated charcoal, you can coat the dog's intestines with a mixture of milk and egg whites. Use the whites of 2 chicken eggs and 60 milliliters of milk for a 5-kilogram dog. Stir it up and then use a syringe to administer it through the corner of the mouth. The dosage doesn't need to be precise because it's an emergency. Just estimate it. While performing these steps, make sure your dog is in a quiet, cool place. The dog needs a cool, airy environment to ensure it has enough air to breathe, and a quiet environment to prevent stimulation that could trigger seizures from the toxins attacking its nervous system. Even a loud noise or strong stimulus, such as someone speaking loudly or stomping their foot, can startle the dog and cause convulsions. If a dog has a seizure, remember that you absolutely must not do anything. Stay away and let the seizure subside on its own. Do not attempt dangerous actions like prying open the dog's mouth with a stick, or putting your hand near its mouth, or supporting its head. It's very dangerous because it could accidentally bite your hand and injure you. Only proceed with the next steps after the seizure has passed. If the dog is having a seizure, stay away from it. And make sure the surrounding environment is free of sharp objects or unstable surfaces, like tables, to prevent the dog from getting injured during a seizure. If the seizures occurred too frequently, it's definitely related to a lack of oxygen to the brain. Continuous seizures can cause brain damage. Therefore, if you see your dog having frequent seizures, you can't intervene at home. You must take your dog to a veterinary hospital as soon as possible so that veterinarians can use anticonvulsant medications such as diazepam. After completing the first aid steps I've shared above, you still need to take your pet to a veterinary hospital. Why? Because veterinary hospitals can administer intravenous fluids to support circulation and prevent cardiac arrest, treat shock, and protect kidney function. You can't do these 3 things at home. The poison doesn't just disappear after vomiting. Many dogs may die 1 or 2 days after being poisoned. Veterinarians can use diuretics to help remove the poison from the body more quickly, or some anti-inflammatory drugs to suppress hypersensitivity reactions to the poison. But these medications are often not readily available at home. In severe cases, if the pet is in a coma and vomiting cannot be induced, we must take it to the veterinarian. The veterinarian will perform gastric lavage, and if the dog is having difficulty breathing, they will use an endotracheal tube and ventilator to prevent death due to respiratory failure. Of course, once the veterinarian is provided with information about the type of poison the dog accidentally ingested, they will be able to administer the appropriate medication. Emergency treatment for a dog that has been poisoned requires quick reflexes and basic knowledge of how to intervene, as well as calmness. If you own a pet, after watching this video, you should have 3 things ready at home: hydrogen peroxide, activated charcoal, and a large syringe. Keep them at home so that you can intervene quickly if something unexpected happens. If you wait until then to buy them, it will be too late. Therefore, being prepared will increase your dog's chances of survival and recovery. I hope you can learn all these first aid procedures but never have to use them. If you find this video helpful, please like it and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next videos.
Thank you for visiting. We'll see you next time. Oh!